Good morning, everyone. It's Comics and Coffee. It's DJ. I'm the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. Going to be drawing some comics live here for you today. And I'm going to try to attempt to go live on Instagram as well in a few minutes. I guess Instagram's a little bit delayed. So let's see. Let's see if it pops on. Great. So today I'm working on this strip. We got a little curious to see the chat today, how that goes. I'll be drawing this comic live. Also, got to go live on TikTok here. Let's do that. Morning, Dan, on YouTube. Steph, just saw you guys over on the other drawing stream. That's great. Thanks for joining and watching the comics. Jack McCoss over on Twitch. Good morning. Good morning to you. Got the, we'll talk about this in a second here. Let me refresh my feed over on TikTok. Getting pretty good with these live streams today. I had a telemarketer call me on my drawing stream this morning, which was pretty awesome, or a scam call. So it's great. All right. So I'll be drawing this live and do some warm-ups today. If you want me to draw your name, put it in the chat. I mean, I might not be able to get everybody's names, but tell me your name in the chat and maybe I'll draw it out as a warm-up, let's say. But this is Coffee and Comics. I'm DJ Kaufman. I'm the cartoonist here at VeeFriends. We're doing a daily comic strip. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 in the morning. The bird sounds are real. That's my window outside. So enjoy that while I'm drawing. Hope you're having a good day getting ready for work or off to wherever you're going. So, but yeah, go ahead and if you want me to draw a name, put the name in the chat. And maybe I'll scan the comments for my daughter, Grace, please. She loves to draw comics. Great. Chillin' Sports Mom over on TikTok gets first. Let's just do that. Some warm-ups here. And then I'm going to get into drawing this. This crazy competitive clown. Tomorrow is Pi Day. So you can see what's happening there. So, all right, cool. I'm going to start some warm-ups here. And throughout the morning, I might stop and do some names. So Grace over on TikTok or Chillin' Sports Mom. Let's loosen that up. Let me see what's going to look good on the screen. Let me try and do a green of some kind and make sure I'm on a names layer here. Oh, green looks pretty good, but that's pretty bright. Let's see, red. I like my red. All right. And again, if the chat gets too busy, I'll draw as many names as I can while I'm drawing a comic too. Great. Hey, good morning, Austin. Sent me a text on Twitter. I'll check that later after the stream. So we're gonna start with Grace. That's a cool, just kind of getting my hands loosened up here, but let's just start with just a little, I'm just kind of like a Willy Wonka sort of font here. That's the cool thing about doing the names. It kind of helps me get my my hand pretty steady in the morning. We got a scammer over on Twitch who says sorry to bother us, but he wants a promotion on my channel. He wants us to buy viewers. I think we're good. But thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm doing Grace right now. And then I'm going to get to drawing this competitive clown. So I'm going to draw Grace's name. I like to do hand lettering. You know, ages ago, many moons ago, I worked at a coffee shop, and I was, you know, I would practice on the menu boards for the coffee of the day and stuff like that. And I don't know how detailed I'll get with these names. I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want to do the whole, you know, hour and a half that I'll be here drawing names, but we'll take a little break in between and I'll check the chat randomly. So I might not get to everyone, but Grace goes first. Chillin' Sports Mom, what's Grace's favorite VeeFriend? Does she have one? I may or may not know how to draw it. Yeah, there's over 280. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, there's 280 plus characters here. So, you know, I might not be able to learn to draw them all yet. Sooner or later, you'll be able to give me a command, and then I'll be like, cool, we're drawing Chill Chinchilla, or we're drawing, you know, whatever. Maybe we'll just do a stream where I'm just doing that. But I also have a job to do. And that's pumping out the daily comic strip. See, I might mess with, you know, connecting this to that, right? Making it one piece instead. You know, if this is your name for you today, this morning, let's go ahead and set a timer. Just like set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, great. 10. And I also have to make sure my watch says what we're doing here, because I can't give top secret meetings, you know. All you VeeFriends out there taking screenshots of stuff. Well, it's Comics and Coffee, 8:30 to 10. And I'll scan back through the chat too. So yeah, this kind of helps me. This helps me loosen up in the mornings a little bit. So we thought maybe we'll do that, try that out. So Common Sense Cow and Practical Peacock. Okay. Well, I know how to draw Common Sense Cow, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw you a little. Let's see how fast I can draw the cow. That'll be fun. Oh, wrong eye. And then we got to get in there with the, you know, this is just a loose, rough sketch, but that's helped me kind of loosen up. So this is the beginning of the stream. I'm going to be drawing out a cartoon today, a comic strip here live. Hello over on Twitter. Nita K's over there, Nick. Corso's in the chat. Chillin' Sports Mom. This one's for you, Grace. Right. Let's do a couple more names and then I'll get back into. I'm going to shrink this down. We'll save that up. Ezra had the great idea of like maybe we'll take a screenshot of all the names. So if I'm drawing your name live and you want to screenshot it and tag up, you know, tag us up. Let people know how awesome VeeFriends is, you know? I hope you're having a good morning. All right, I'm going to scan back through the chat now and pick a name. I got one for you. Sophocles. Okay. I'm going to scroll back. If you can write my initials, JM. Steph, were you meaning me to draw a system of Steph, or did you want, that's a long one, just Steph. All right, JM. Jack. All right, Jack. Over on Twitch. This one's for you. Let's do something really like, I'm going to keep that clown in the picture just so you can like see him there. This is supposed to be a comic drawing stream, but let's just try like these longer, skinnier letters. Try that out. Let's do something interesting with it. Right. Draw a skater boy. All right. I think I could draw a skater boy. This morning I was practicing drawing different fashion outfits. Fit check. Just because it's really easy to just draw a t-shirt and stuff on people, but I kind of like to see what's going on in culture, what people are actually wearing, JM. Let's see what else we got going on. Choose your character. I'm not sure if I don't think the deal was I would draw a character with everyone, unless you give me like a sweet story that your child is having a birthday party. Right. And then I got to get to drawing this comic too. So let's see. JM, you're going to get a box. Shouldn't have said what it was going to be, because now if I mess it up, I haven't drawn the box in a couple days. It's kind of fun to try to simplify. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably put on my pencil topper of the day. These are the VeeFriends minis. A little shout out to Everbowl. If you go to Everbowls right now, that's like a kind of healthy bowl place. You can get a coin with the Falcon on it, the VeeFriends Focus Falcon at Everbowl for the machine, the VeeFriends machine, and then you get these out of it. So, and plus the machines are like 50 cents or something. These are collectible. People collect these. Got a whole bunch of those. Great. All right, JM, Steph, I'm trying to watch all these chats here. We'll do a few more. Kind of know, JM, you got a little. That's not a great fox, but hey, you know what? It's free. That's what you get. He's flexing on JM's name there. Steph is kind of a BA. She's a bad mamma jamma. She draws every morning at like 5 a.m. She beats everyone to the daily drawing prompts that we do. So I'm just kind of exploring where, free form sketch of Steph's name here. We're going to go all caps Steph. Just something interesting. A big thick P there. And then we'll draw the H kind of behind there. It's like a bigger block there. And then sometimes if I just kind of outline it, it just starts to look kind of cool. I was always jealous of those kids in high school, the like graffiti kids, my skater friends. They were in a gang called 594 out in California, but they all did like wonderful street art. It's fun. And you'll see too, I think today's comic should be out. Let me look here. I'm always trying to like, I don't always like fonts. I like to do my own little lettering in there just because I think it's my own personal preference. It makes it look a little more unique than just dropping a font in there that everyone can use. Like no one's ever going to write this word, you know, like that again. So there you go, Steph. Who else we got? Is my timer on right now? Okay. Let's see, scrolling through really fast. Hey, Fox. Steph's gonna put BA on her resume. That's good. Thanks, JM. Thanks for watching. More gracious. Paul over on TikTok says more gracious grizzly bear comics. Well, you're in for a real treat pretty soon, but I can't say much more. But let me just say later in the summer, you're probably going to see a lot more gracious grizzly. So, you know, one of my favorite characters too. Let's just draw him out real quick. Right. I think I'm just drawing from memory now, so I might get it wrong. I think he's got a pretty big nose. Oh, I'm going to mess this up. It's kind of hard to mess up a bear, actually, but. Oh, wait. So now that I've drawn him a couple times inside of the. Oh, there's my 10-minute alarm. So I got to get working on this comic strip here. But I'm going to stop occasionally and look at the chat. And if you put your name in there, what you want me to draw, I will draw a name. I won't be drawing too many, like, you know, VeeFriends, because I got to draw. Actually, his nose, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe it's like in a shape like that, right? He's got like the tufts of hair on his. You know, something like that. The bear will mess you up first as well. Let's hope not. It's a very kind bear. All right, let's do this over on this view here. Kind of get a little closer to the iPad if I can. Let me see what that looks like. All the streams. I need to tuck this over here like this. There we go. That's a little bit better. Pinch and zoom. Camera setup. Oh, you know what? I forgot the. You know. Just want to chronicle this for everyone to see. I'm trying to wait for this go live button here on Instagram to go live, but it won't. It will not allow me to do it. So that's why I'm not live on Instagram, guys. I wish it were true. I wish it worked for me. It just does not. But I'll check it again in a little bit. I'm gonna read, you know, maybe. Let's try it one more time. Live. Don't think it's going to happen. One moment. Try it one more time live. Public. Next. Copy that key. And then we're going to go over here. 1 second. I'm trying to get unable to connect is what the screen says. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. Save. No thanks. Live streaming. There's like an art to it. Let's see. It's sending the data, it says. Unable to connect. Just want to chronicle that for the team. Unable to connect. So I'm trying. I've been trying. It's not like I'm not. I'm trying to go live on all these platforms, guys, but you know, it is what it is. I tried my best. All right, so we got JM, Steph. Reposition this camera here. I'm learning a lot about live streaming too. It's not like it's my first rodeo doing it, but did I zoom? Yeah, I zoomed way in. Sorry, I zoomed way in on TikTok. I want to get this right for you guys. You can see what I'm up to. All right. Corso's over in the chat, pumping it up. Gonna get 2,000 likes over there on TikTok. Thanks for watching. Scan real quick whose name I'm gonna do next. The bear will mess you up. All right, I'll check the chat in a little bit. Got to get working on this. I'm gonna move these names down. We're gonna collect these down here. We'll take like a name break in a little bit. Just pop those down there, and then I'll get back to my other layer. Now, let's go to this view. So this comic, it's Pi Day. That's what's going on here. And our man Competitive Clown has showed up with pies, and he thinks it's like a pie eating contest, right? It's kind of the opening joke. Now, there's going to be another reveal that you're going to want to watch tomorrow. All right, did we get the 2K likes? All right, we got 2K likes. Thanks, Corso. When Corso's in the chat, he's going to make you like that. Thanks, man. All right. So, Competitive Clown showing up. He's going to be saying, like, up here there will be a balloon. Can you see the red? I want to make sure that you can see. Yeah, red shows up better on the stream, so I'm going to use the red instead. So he'll be saying, like, pie eating contest, or you want some pie, or something like that, right? We'll get back to that. And then over here, we're going to have some characters. I'm going to go on a different layer below here. What I'll do is I'll draw small. So we got Clown's head, his body shape. He's got his pies and his hand. Doesn't look like anything yet, but it's gonna. It's kind of how sometimes you'll watch the streams and I'll be already in the middle of a comic, but sometimes it'll be like this. I wanted to show you like how it starts. I draw small because I kind of figure out how many people are going to be in this comic, and I think I want to do Logical Lion today. And I've never drawn Logical Lion. Well, I've drawn him once before, so he's going to be like kind of pointing at a chart. I don't know why I like Logical Lion to have like an easel with things on it, and he's always pointing at the easel. I don't know why. And then probably another character here. And we're going to go with like Humble Hedgehog. We haven't drawn him in a couple weeks here. He's one of my favorites, so he'll be there, right? So this is just a rough, and what I'll do is I'll kind of start figuring out when I blow that rough up how they fit into the panel well. So if that's kind of a small, it's okay that it's zoomed out here, but then I'll start figuring out the composition of where these guys go. That's a shame we can't go live on Instagram. But the final comic will be tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. It comes out. If you saw today's, let's take a look at today's comic that came out. I really like this one, actually. Let's read this one together. Lucky Dog Repairs. And I just, I made this up. I figured like the dogs have like a repair shop where they're repairing items. He's like, let's have a look see. We got dialed in dog. I don't really explain it, but in my mind, he's like a QC. Like he's dialed in, like working on making things work, making sure things work. And then Irish Terrier is putting the phone to sleep, saying like, "Man, he just needs a little nap. That's all. The little bugger's exhausted." And this guy's like, "Man, that's ridiculous. Are you tucking my phone in? This is ridiculous." Like cuts him off, like, "Shh, it's waking." Oh, Jack, you're in Australia, hey, man. Irish Terrier is your new favorite. Awesome. Available on t-shirts and hoodies, and I'm sure there's some digital collectibles out there, and of course the trading cards. There's plenty of Irish Terrier out there to collect. And then the phone wakes up. He's like, "Good morning, Will. How can I help you?" And I wanted to, we're kind of like naming things as we go. I'm like, sorry, TikTok. Kind of blocking the view over on TikTok. We're naming some things as we go. Some of these humans. So like in my mind, I didn't put like worried Will. We have FOMO Fran. We have bare minimum Bob, but this is like worried Will. And of course the dog's gonna get that money. It's like, that'll be $60, $60. And then Dalton dog's like, "You totally just turned it off and on again, didn't you?" And he's like, but look how happy that story made him. And then the guy's running off saying, "A wizard dog fixed my phone." And I'm pretty proud of that. Some lines I'm pretty proud of when I do them, and they make me smile. So I hope it makes you smile too. And maybe you'll repeat it one day. It's kind of the idea. So that's today's comic. Thanks for reading that, commenting anywhere you see that, sharing it. Glad that it's bringing some joy. So yeah, I'm thinking about this composition now in this panel. We're gonna figure this out live. You can kind of tuck these guys in a little bit. Move them in just a nudge. Right, and then now that I know that like the composition of the page, I'm gonna move the hedgehog kind of down on this side. He'll be on the same plane. Plane means like a line, like he's on the same line as the clown. A little bit bigger, and then back here we'll do the logical lion right here. I think I could probably blow up the clown a little bit here. Try not to cut them off because we've really enjoyed making stickers out of these two. So I'm trying to do like some full body shots for the comic. All right, that's cool. Right, Dan said the sense of depth. It's exactly what we're trying to do in comics. Like you don't want to just always have the same, I got a fire whistle going on outside. Sorry about that. Can't control that either. Man, we got everything today. I got scam callers calling me. I got fire whistles in the house. All right, this is a good comp. I like this because we got room up here for the text, right? And then we got room down here in case someone wants to say something. Maybe Humble Hedgehog has something to say right there. I kind of already have a feeling, what they're going to say, but then I'm going to fade that out. It's going to get real blurry here in a minute. And then you can get in there. I'm going to get in there with the other pencil. Because I think the pencil's coming out. Like, I had to work on the saturation of these streams because like they're pretty bright compared to what really comes out. So it's a little blown out. But yeah. Okay. Back to pencils. Make sure that that's on there. Humble Hedgehog, he's coming up. Do him right now. Let's do that. Hey, Jack, good night. I think you said it's nighttime over in Australia, yeah? So thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody kind of like supporting the work, supporting VeeFriends, building something pretty awesome. You don't even know. You don't even know yet. Move that up for the stream. Let's just draw. I haven't drawn Humble Hedgehog in a minute, but I've gotten pretty used to drawing him. He's one of my favorites, to draw. He's just kind of hanging out. Like, what are they doing? They're informing. Clown has come in and said, it's a pie eating contest. I'm going to school you guys. And then they're like, yo, it's not, it's pie day. Like PI. Yeah, Hedgehog's fun to draw because I can just like draw like this circle. Can't really see too well on the stream there, but there's a circle around here. And then I just put the feet in. I know he's got like this different color that comes down off his face. It's hard to balance when we have like 280 characters. Like, we're trying to like, of course we're excited to draw as many characters as possible, but I think we've slowed down a little bit as far as like we show you a little bit more of Humble Hedgehog or these fan favorites, but also ones that can help drive whatever story is happening or situation that's happening. So finding that balance of like not just like slamming a character in there that you don't see them for a long time. We want to develop the character, the feeling of when you see Humble Hedgehog, there's something behind it, because I kind of feel like we have these balance of these characters. If I'm just talking like stream of thoughts here with character development. By the way, you can't see, I got my cat's listening intently and breathing in my ear here. TikTok, you can't see it, but I'm going to switch it around maybe. Let's see if I can do this. TikTok, look. My cat. That's Peach. So now she's going to turn around and be like, nah, I don't want to. I think I just accidentally closed the... Sorry. I just hear some like breathing in my ear, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on there? So yeah, back to character development. When you see us talk about character development, his ear might be a little bit big here, but it's okay. I'll fix it in a second. When we talk about character development, it's not just about, oh, we showed a character doing this thing and then move on. We're like really thinking deeply about these characters behind the scenes. So for instance, every character maybe has a counterbalance character. And for me, when I think of, well, he's got a really punk. He's getting pretty punk there. Maybe that's kind of cool. The counterbalancing character for a competitive clown. But there's a little bit of like, a little bit of flexing with competitiveness. The balance there would be like the humble winner, like the humble, like you can beat a Humble Hedgehog all day, and he's just gonna be like, all right, cool, I'll play, you know. Apparently my town is on fire behind me. We don't stop the stream for nothing. This you know, this house could be on fire and I'm gonna sit here and draw these comics. Oh, that's nice. All hail Princess Peach. Peach, the people love seeing you on the camera there. Yeah, so you know, don't get it twisted. We're not just saying the words character development and just calling it a day. It's not just about plushies and cards and, you know, hype and all that. There's deeper character development that we're doing behind the scenes, and you're going to start to see it. You've seen it a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to get really, really deep with a comic strip, you know, a little comic strip here, but we're having some fun, and you know. View to Blockchain says, do I hear tornado sirens? No, it's just the local fire department. I'm south of Pittsburgh, and you know, they love to set off their fire whistles over there. Lola said this stream is literally fire. Thank you. I'm getting better at it, you know. You'll see little things like, see how if you're on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, you'll see that I'm kind of doing a little bit of different views here. Peach is sleeping. Yeah. And little by little, we'll start adding more, you know, more views and something more interesting to see. I'm totally safe. Thank you, View to Blockchain on TikTok. I'm totally safe over here. And what does Jeremy Knows call it? The cozy comics cave, or cozy creative cave. Kind of wanted to look a little sheepish here. Right. Yeah, but it's really nice that we've got people from all over the world too. I've got a lot of EU friends that join the streams. So thanks for joining wherever you're at. Right around 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'll start to get some people from the West Coast. If they flex, you know, and they say it's the best coast, but come on. I don't know about that. You guys don't have snow out there, you know. We got snow. We got tornadoes. Got everything a East Coast boy could want. Steph said she lives with a fireman, so you hear all those sounds in your sleep. Yeah, yeah, I can't complain because, you know, our firemen here in the small town I'm living in they're pretty on it, man. Fun fact: I drew the little logo for the town, and it's on the back of the fire truck. I see the fire truck going through town. I'm like, oh look, there's my drawing. Look at that. Great. Might even get to inking some of this here today. Well, I'm gonna definitely be inking this up. It's Pie Day tomorrow, so it's a pie eating contest, or is it? He's like, oh, it's kind of the. I'll even drop out some more of the background there. We don't want too much. It's also my wife's birthday tomorrow. She was born on Pi Day. And shout out to Alicia. Better half, I think. I only say I think. She would look at me like, what? Say that. Right. It's pretty fascinating to me that we can learn as humans to like I'll look at the reference of the characters now, but I know the character design of the clown, you know? I know he's got these suspenders back there. I know that his arms are green. I'm gonna kind of just start flying through it a little bit. He's got a couple pies here. Hand underneath there. Right. Back to this iPad only view. Yep, she's Mrs. Draw or Die. She's definitely the one that's helping so much. She helps me so much with the personal brand that I have going for artists. Draw or Die. We have a drawing club, and so we've got some merch, and she takes care of all the shipping. And if it was all on me, I would be terrible at it. You'd be getting, handwritten, stamped envelopes from me, and she's got the whole operation to it. She's quite an operator. She is pretty amazing. All right. This, I guess, is more like a cream pie. Clowns and cream pies. What are you going to do? Like, you see a clown showing up like that, look out. Let's see here. Good. Did I get her a pie on her birthday? She's pretty happy that she's born on Pi Day, but I think once I did get her a pie, and she was like, she just gave me like a really sarcastic look, like, really? It's also kind of what you're going to get when you're married to a cartoonist. So as a cartoonist, I kind of have to balance like having like a sense of humor and looking at the world in a funny way, which is nice because it can be so serious out there, guys. Like, don't take life too seriously. We're all just here for just a moment. So people get all stirred up. The world's stirring you up. Oh man, don't really want to talk about that stuff, but it's how people are feeling too, my poor dad, he listens to too much news, and he knows that I'm working in like, I work for a company in New York, and I'll be going up there again. I'll be up there pretty soon, guys, in the office. Coming up the first week of April. Excited to get back up in office. Do this live in the office and chill out. Like being around. But my dad was like, be careful up in New York. There's all kinds of people being murdered. And I'm like, oh, dude. Oh my gosh, Dad. You gotta turn off the TV and watch some Westerns or something, like turn on the Western channel or something, or I don't know, man. Watch some cartoon streams here, comic strips. get too worried about things. Which is why you just gotta kind of, you know, get some pie and throw it in someone's face. No, don't do that. If you're a clown, he's gonna want to be throwing pie around. I don't know what I'll be in New York City. Viewed Blockchain. I'll be up in New York City the week of NFT NYC. I've never been to that show. I think we'll be doing something. I don't know officially what if VeeFriends is there, but I'm sure we'll have some kind of people from there will be there. Don't take anything I'm saying as there's no official schedule that I'm aware of. But seeing that there's a big NFT aspect to VeeFriends, I'm sure we'll be around. I haven't made any plans except just to be there because I actually was talking to Andy on Monday about that. He's like, "Oh yeah. So let's get up here for that." For me, and there's other artists, and I know there's other artists watching right now too. Like, the NFT artist thing was a little bit confusing for some artists out there, and I always try to learn what's going on. So before I worked at VeeFriends, I was listening to a lot of artists be like, "Oh, NFTs are bad," and I'm gonna pull up Logical Lion over on my other screen real quick. Wait. Might have him on Miro. Let's go. 1 second. I did draw him once before, and I think it's enough that I can get his general. Yes. All right. Anyways, NFTs, artists, nervousness. But going to VCon, I was able to talk to Brian Brinkman, wonderful cartoonist. A few other guys that their names are escaping me right now. The fella that's drawing I think it was announced that he's doing the poster for VCon, or they announced it a while back. Oh man, it's Ed Balloon. Talked to Ed Balloon, and just seeing these artists that no, I don't. View to Blockchain, I don't make my own art into NFTs. It's Ed Balloon on probably X, and Brian Brinkman. Brian Brinkman's really super duper NFT guy, but brilliant cartoonist. I'm more along the lines of a Brian Brinkman mindset because he came from traditional cartooning, and but the thing that for me as an artist that was very just wonderful to hear and see was that there were artists that never really got, it's hard to break through in traditional media, cartooning and such, and to see artists that were thriving, whether they had their own little collections being out. They had fans of their work that knew who they were, not just collectors, but people that really, really enjoyed their art. And to see them, for me, it's when I can see an artist succeeding, I think it's a win for all artists. So, and on the flip side of that, it really bothers me whenever artists tear each other down. So I got a lot of traditional friends that are NFTs, it's a scam and all this stuff. And I'm I don't know, man, there's some really legendary street artists and stuff that are understanding that space. And I think it's just about education. So that's my part, I think, is to kind of educate both sides of that coin a little bit. Don't we shouldn't fear something we don't understand. just in generally in life, right? So I'm trying to draw this logical line. He's got more ovally eyes. Occasionally, we'll have a character that has like eye shape like that. Yes, but I mean, it's a new space. You know, it's new. It's going to be new for the next 10 years, probably. I mean, it's not like it's gonna blow up overnight. It's like something that you got to learn, and I've known a lot of artists now that are doing pretty decent, um, building up their reputation in that space. A little animated work, and just keep an open mind in life in general. I think it's kind of the concept. Yeah, especially street artists that are wonderful, talented artists that couldn't really ever really break through, or were kind of judged. Honestly, a lot of artists get judged by institutions and whatnot, and say like, "Oh, you're not caliber level to get into this show," or something like that. Um, any chance that I'm going to make it to New York Comic Con this year? Yes. VeeFriends will be at New York Comic Con. I think that's pretty safe to say. I don't think there's an official schedule yet, but they're right there. They were there last year, and just keep an eye on the schedule. But either way, I'll be at New York Comic Con. So, Dan, please, let's do a drawing meetup or something, or a drawing Guinness over there at the one bar I like, Irish bar. It'll come to me in a minute. What it's called? It's right there by the Jacob Javits Center. I don't want to get too crazy with his mane. I don't want him to be too wide, because then like can't make him stay very well in a panel. That's looking like the logical line there. And Danny, thanks over on Facebook. Excited to see all the work we're doing. Scottish eggs. Deep fried hard boiled egg. I've had those. That's Scottish eggs. I don't think I'd ever have one again. It's one of those things where you're like, I'll try it, but trying to eat a little healthier lately. Or maybe forever. Occasionally, gotta try something weird. It's very weird. They say Guinness is good for you, but I don't know. I've been, yeah, I don't talk about it too much on social media or whatever, but I've been eating healthier. I talk about it on these streams just because, like, I don't break my fast until 11, so I'm not hungry or anything like that. It's kind of normal now, but yeah, just the older I get, the older I want to get. So the older I get, the older I'd like to get. So you got to start listening to your body a little bit. Be nice to lose some weight and keep it off in a healthy way. So maybe Maybe some pie occasionally. All right. If you're new to VeeFriends, see a lot of people popping in, popping out. I'm drawing the live comic. This will be tomorrow's Pi Day comic. Also, if you'd like me to draw your name, put a name in the chat, and I'll maybe take a break here and whip up a name or a friend's name, whatever you'd like. Maybe I'm drawing a friend's name and you want to screenshot it and send it to him and say, hey, look at that. Let me know. Let me know in that chat. VeeFriends is 280 plus characters created by Gary Vaynerchuk, who you may know from Wine TV or YouTube or running the world's biggest marketing agency, one of the premier advertising agencies. I don't even like the word advertising or marketing. I don't like the words. I like to I think all marketing is storytelling. So I've been saying that for years. And to me, yeah, marketing is storytelling. So it's been really nice. And Gary says it too. I think probably a lot in his new book as well. I think I haven't seen the new book, but I'm going to guess because he's been talking a lot about storytelling. So whoever tells the best story wins. Like, that's how the world has always been. Tell a more interesting story or a twist to a story or authentic stories. There's a lot of bad stories that people tell and they win because people are afraid and things like that. But like, tell a better story and you win. You know, politics, business, comics, all of it, your life. So it would be weird to say that, not weird, but it would be more accurate for me to say that, like, wow, I think they run, Gary actually runs the world's best storytelling company. I think they just got some props from Ad Age I saw for, totally. There's brands, I don't know the brands offhand, but there's tons of brands that are using VaynerMedia for their social media and their wonderful accounts, and I know I worked at a pretty typical corporate business where people are skeptical of marketing. They cut marketing budget all the time and you got to struggle internally. But Gary knew, Gary just knew, this is it. This is the game. If you follow what he says, it won't work all the time, but story's the game, right? It's helped me, thinking about story in general has helped me tell my story a little bit better too. Be comfortable telling your own story. Who are you? Why are you here? Right. For now, I'm going to leave it a mystery as to what the heck is on his chart. I can draw your daughter's name, Dominic. Let me finish drawing this, pencil in this easel in, and yeah, certainly. Brooklyn, oh, that's awesome. She loves the character Be the Bigger Person. Okay, well, somebody mentioned in the chat the other day that I've never drawn Be the Bigger Person. One moment. But I've got to be the bigger person little character here. He's got like a little angry, little upset cloud hugging him. Great. All right. I'll draw Brooklyn's name with a be the bigger person over here. Let's do it. For Dominic over on YouTube. Thanks for watching, Dominic. I know you're in a lot of the streams. See you doing that. Rocky, Good morning. Hope you're doing well as you can be. Um, Dominic, Brooklyn. So Brooklyn and be the bigger person. Let's do that. By the way, if you're just joining, I'm drawing the comic strip today, but I'm also gonna, pause occasionally and just draw some names. We're just hanging out for a little bit. I'll be here till a little bit after 10, working on the comics, having some coffee. My cat's chilling out back there too. Brooklyn. All right, got it. Let's do like let me switch back to red just so you can see it a little bit better on the stream. We're gonna do like an arc like this. And I might just like fill in like a shape. I'm thinking of all my friends like that are really good at lettering. You know, hey, morning chef, how are you? Check that over there. Thinking of all my friends that are really good at, graffiti art, and kind of always wanted to do that. Dominic's daughter's name is Brooklyn, so I'm gonna draw that real quick. Hey Lola, have a good day. She's on her way out to her day job. She works as a florist. She had a wonderful story on her social media the other day. I saw that was wonderful. Made me laugh. Lola works as a floral person, and she's very serious at her job. And her story was about how her coworker didn't know, I guess, much about her. So like she got in her car and she was listening to like death metal, and her coworker was like, "What?" And she was like, "Peace out." So I like that. I've had jobs like that where people didn't know, that I did comics even, or like, "Whoa, you can draw?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." I don't know what her Instagram handle is actually. Might be Lola Clay. Let's see, Brooklyn. Should also probably check my chat over here just to make sure no one's alerting me to anything. My watch still says it's time to make comics, so I'm not giving away any calendar secrets. No alphas here dropped on the stream. Brooklyn. Let's just do that. Oh, see how like I'm liking this like swoop here. So I think I'm gonna use that. Then we'll readjust though. I can do a little bit of a warp. Bring this up. Yeah, just kind of want these streams to be more, we say passive, but it's just hanging out with you guys. I'm drawing some comics. Of course, when I'm not on the streams, I'm really drawing some comics, like we're doing the daily comic strips, so gotta keep that trucking along. But it's nice to slow down and talk to you guys and hang out for a minute. Like Lola, many people are kind of on their way to work, getting ready for their day, planning out your day. Right. little city thing up there. If I was going to do this in color, like you might see like in a future comic here, I'm just going to show you real quick, just a little bit of a real fast. And on this, man, I better have that. Better have those inks saved. Uh-oh. Oh, they're there. What's going on? There we go. You see, oh, uh-oh. Gonna give you guys too much of a sneak peek there. I've shown this before on the other stream, but kind of just getting in and doing like spray paint effects. And it's fun. It's fun to work on some name stuff. Here. So Brooklyn and Be the Bigger Person. All right. Let's just do the Be the Bigger Person for you. First time I've drawn Be the Bigger Person, so let me I'm on the wrong layer. Cut and paste. Back on the name layer. Brooklyn. We're just going to go ahead and put interesting fact about a lot of fact, I guess, but factoid about Be the Bigger Person was I think Gary originally envisioned it behind the scenes. Never really talked about it too much, but that it's almost like a show within the show. It would be like the TV show, like Itchy and Scratchy, that the characters of VeeFriends would watch. Does that make sense? Got a little like it's a good one. It's a good character. You know, it's another funny little story about this is I have the little this character actually. I have this little figurine, and I my stepson was having some trouble at school. Some kids were kind of, you know, throwing some stuff at him or something. I don't know, teenager. And he was upset, and he came upstairs and he was like, I had heard him talking about the situation, so I came up and I was like, I caught him at the top of the stairs and I had this in my hand and I'm like, hey, you know what this is? He goes, that's a VeeFriend. And I'm like, yeah, but you know his name? And he's like, no. I'm like, it's Be the Bigger Person. And he laughed. He like grinned and was like, all right. I'm like, instead of worrying too much about those kids being jerks, you just got to be the bigger person. Move on, right? That's the kind of stepdad I am. I'm just kind of like I kind of stay not distant, but like I don't want to get too, you know, I don't want to be like an evil step parent, you know, grumbly and all that. I just want to be there, kind of like have like, hey, got this wisdom, drop it on you. Cool. There's Brooklyn, and I'll be the bigger person for you, Dom. Right behind this comment. Let's get back to the comic now. That's fun. Okay. All right. Tomorrow's comic is Pi Day. Just checking the chats real quick. Thanks for watching over on TikTok. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. If you're listening with the sound on, drop your name, say hello. Say hi. I hope you're going to have a good day today, no matter what you're going to put up with. Hopefully, you're not going to put up with anything you don't want to. But, let's drop this out and do some inks on this clown. I can even turn off that. Let's get the ink brush out. Clowns fun to draw. Clowns are scary. I mean, I know people don't like, a lot of people don't like clowns. Maybe including me too. Great, Dominic. Glad that you'll like that. It's the least I could do. Thanks for being an awesome V friend. Sooner or later, I'd like to draw something for every fan. That'd be. Ideally, in an ideal world, I can draw something for every VeeFriend fan. VeeFam. VeeFam. So I'll be getting out, I'll be at VCon too, so don't know if VCon's definitely been announced. I don't know what the other official announcements would be, but just keep an eye for some other things. And I think it's pretty safe to say I'll be at some of those things. And we're talking, me and the events crew, a little bit about could I draw live? What's the setup? I've done it at Comic Cons, and some other fun stuff that will surprise you with it. Shows. Maybe we'll draw comics together. Maybe we'll write a comic strip together. So that'd be fun. Yeah, competitive clown here. If you're not familiar, when I said that most people are afraid of clowns, he would say maybe they're just afraid of competition, right? He's the competitive clown. So it's kind of what's happening here. Appreciate you guys watching and hanging out for a little bit. People jumping in and out on TikTok. Hello, Morning Fern, the human. See Spider-Man, is the top watcher right now over on TikTok. Spider-Man something. Thanks for watching. I know a lot of people are listening with their sound off or watching with their sound off, so thanks for watching anyways. Also, another thing that we talked about yesterday, actually, May from the social, the VeeFriends team, she's kind of describing this drawing stream as a passive drawing stream, or passive live stream, which it kind of is, even though I'm talking some drawing and engaging with you guys. But there's those streams where it's get ready with me streams on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. And I wouldn't say this is a get ready with me stream, but it's like it's very similar. Like I know you're getting ready or you're off getting your day ready. You know, I'm getting my day started with some comics and drawing. And you know, I chat about stream of consciousness, anything that's on my mind. If it's the topic of the comic that day, you know, we have Competitive Clown here talking about competition. Talk a lot about, you know, how the kids shouldn't have 8th place trophies. It's a problem. It's making our kids kind of soft. And that's nothing new that we made up. Like people have been worried about that for a while. George Carlin had a great stand-up about that a while back. Like everybody gets a trophy. There are no losers. But the thing about that isn't about being mean. It's about the idea that you don't really learn from just winning all the time or participating. You don't really learn as much as you learn from actually that feeling of failure. And it's sad and you want to cry and it sucks. And that's okay. Right? You need to learn to lose. It's kind of the vibe of our competitive clown here, right? Hey, John, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. Wherever you're watching from, there's a lot of people on X. Always, that's where the main VeeFriends community is, I'd say. And, personally, I'd like to see a lot more people on YouTube, but that's just my personal, you know, I like YouTube. But we're trying to, you know, one of the things we're doing here, if you're new to VeeFriends, is we're trying to, like, of course, we want you to discover the brand. So being live on as many channels as possible. I tried to go live on Instagram today. That did not work. So I followed all the instructions. It just won't. It will not allow me to go live there. The other teams can do it. I don't know if it's because I'm on a Mac or I don't know. Who knows? Super weird. It is super weird. But it's okay. We don't need to be live on everything, I guess. We're live on a lot. So even if one or two people come in from a, you know, Facebook or something, you've never seen this before. That's what we're trying to do here. I'm also drawing a daily comic strip, so that's what my main goal is. But we want more people to know about it. So if you're a VeeFriends holder or fan, you know, share the streams, take screenshots of, you know, take some screenshots when I'm drawing and tag them up. So like, wow, this is really cool. You know, if you're finding it cool, I don't want you just to do that if you're like, man. But if you're like, this is pretty cool, then let people know. Share it up. Share it up. There's also, you know, there's a million things to plug. There's the Fanatics live stream that we have over on Fanatics Live. That's the trading cards game, compete and collect. That's always fun. I was listening to Connor and Adam yesterday. Adam Rip's doing the live breaks while I was finishing up the comic yesterday. It's nice to just kind of listen to it, you know, and hear. I was chatting because they're like, they should have a lucky character of the day, and I'm like, guys, you gotta pick the terrier. It's Irish Terrier Week, you know. Fun fact: every time I draw the clown's fingers, clown has 5 fingers. the rest of the human characters have 4 fingers. You figure that out. It's a mystery. It's a VeeFriends mystery. But not really, it's just. How many artists are working on VeeFriends Comics besides me? Comics, if we're talking just the comics, there is just me working on the comic strips right now. Officially. We have other artists on the team. We have Chris Slavin, who's a really awesome animator. Like, he makes a lot of those animated GIFs, I think, that you see. I believe most of them. So the animated stuff. Over here on TikTok, if you look at the one animated strip, so he'll be taking some of the strips and animating them. And then we have Allie. She's out in California. And she's mostly on TikTok as well, and she's doing some of the animations on TikTok. Also wonderful artist there. And then, yeah, that's all I can officially say right now. There might be some others, but I'm the main cartoonist right now for VeeFriends. And honestly, there's other artists that I don't know who I don't know who drew the trading card art and stuff like that, but all wonderful art, I think. So hats off to them. These silent heroes, trading card art. Yeah. I kind of like doing everything myself on the comics, but I could see myself having a colorist just because I'm much quicker. That's the one thing I'm working on personally as an artist, is I noodle a little bit too much with the coloring. So one of my goals was to speed up my coloring a little bit, and I've kind of been working on that. So yesterday's comic was colored a lot faster because I learned some other, not shortcuts, but just better ways of doing things, organizing my files, and listening. Honestly, I learned by listening to the community when I was drawing things on the chat, and a couple artists were like, "Why don't you try it this way?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe." And then I took note of that and tried it, and I was like, "Wow, that was way easier." So I'm always looking to innovate and learn, That's how all artists and creators to kind of do. So that came together pretty quick, that inks. Right? Cool. And I need to make sure, what part of that is making sure that I'm closing my lines so that I can use something called the reference layer. I'll be able to show you that in a second, maybe. Maybe I'll do that. Just tracing around, looking at the lines and making sure that everything is closed, that I can see. That's good. That's good. Oh, see, there's a broken line right there. Fill that in. See, that looks pretty good. And so to do like the character flats, we just set this layer here. The ink layer I'll set to reference layer. It's right here. So now it's a reference layer. And then let's just turn on the back so you can see what's going to happen here. Turn off the pencils. And if I know his, his hands and stuff are white, I'm going to go ahead and fill in white. Go continue filling, and then I can just go white, 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 white. Right. His shirt's green. His eyes are white. His teeth are white. You can barely see that on the stream, actually, but we'll do green for his shirt. It's more of like a. I want to be consistent, so I'm going to go back and find the actual color palette for the clown. We go all the way back to season. Well, not season. Batch 1. Let's go back to batch 1 here. There he was. Right, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab him out. Copy all. Back into nope, wrong strip. What happened to the? Oh, I turned the pencils off. I was gonna say, man, did I lose those pencils? Not good. Swipe, paste the little clown in there, and now I can just make sure I'm back down on the color, the color layer. Select this green. I know that's his shirt. Continue filling. I'm just gonna go bam, bam. Whoops. Nope. That's pretty good. I don't think there's any other green on him. All right, great. White, white, white. Yellow is his hair. White or yellow hair, yellow on his shoes. Do the eyes. Oops. Right. Red on his mouth here and his nose. Hey Neil T, what's up over on TikTok? Tay joined. Neil T's watching. How's it going? Do I have any other recommendations for drawing tablets for people just getting started? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say go for an iPad Pro. Don't go for like one of the bigger giant. It's not about the giant size. You're only going to draw within like a small area anyways. So that's one tip. Also, there are some other graphics tablets out there from like, I'll write it down. I think it's like Huon. Huon graphics tablets. Those are pretty good. Those are cheaper than like the Wacom Cintiqs, and they're just as good. So keep that in mind. And then we have what else? It's orange. Fill this in. There's a little white there. But I would say like don't even mess around. Like I would my preference is the iPad because you're going to be able to use programs like Procreate and Clip Studio Paint, and there's all kinds of more affordable graphics programs. Like this program that I'm drawing in right now, Procreate. I bought this for like $7.99. I think it's $10 now. I bought it years ago, and it gets free updates, and they never charge me any extra. So all the new features come out. I just bought it once, many years ago. Unlike Clip Studio Paint has a subscription, and then Adobe has a subscription, and everyone wants to get you to get that monthly money. Honestly, if Procreate did a monthly subscription, I'd have no choice but to use it because I love this program. So it's great. Affinity Designer isn't bad as well. Affinity Designer is like a free sort of like Photoshop, that whole suite of Affinity tools. So Affinity Designer. Affinity Designer. Affinity. I think that might be free or cheap, right, David? But I'm still an Adobe, subscriber. So there's a program I'm sort of learning called Adobe Fresco, which is like their version of Procreate. But I'm just so familiar with Procreate that I don't mess around too much with others. What are we at over on TikTok? 4.9K likes over on TikTok. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you checking in and watching. Appreciate all the VeeFriends fans watching over on X mostly, it looks like, which is normal. If you're new to VeeFriends and you're just checking out, chilling, this is over 280 characters created by Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, which all the characters have different traits, like Humble Hedgehog and Logical Lion. And here we've got Competitive Clown. Our mission is to just, spread some more kindness and happiness into the world and find some middle ground. We always say, we've been saying, find purple, like find that common ground between everybody. Humans, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, humans? Don't get so worked up about stuff, out there. Politics, relationships. It's easy to get stirred up. But you can't take any of this stuff with you. Remember that. Not to get too dark or anything, it's just some truth, All this is going to be gone one day. We're here right now. You're here today. I say that as like a stoic, I'm a pretty stoic person. So I really appreciate the now. Appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate being able to draw this comic and have these abilities, the capacity to learn, and if I make mistakes, it's gonna be okay. Not always going to have good days, not always going to have bad days. But I think everybody's just trying to get through, in some way. I had a telemarketer call me this morning at 7:20 a.m. while I was in the middle of my other drawing stream. A scam. definitely some sort of scam. And instead of being mean to him, I was just like, "Hey, are you aware it's 7:20 in the morning?" And he's, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." And then I'm like, the guy probably doesn't even know that he's working. I mean, he probably has some clue that what he's doing isn't on the up and up, but I have empathy for that because I've had to have those jobs too, not scams, but I worked at a call center once, and long time ago, very briefly. So I have a lot of empathy for like the life experiences you have and other things that maybe aren't going well. Maybe you have a job you don't like. This cloud is really bright on the stream. Wow, saturation is really high. So I won't stay with this too long here. Crazy clown. Pi Day tomorrow. Somebody asked why I draw the dots black. It's easier to ink that way, and then what I'll do is I'll do an over, like I've got this isolated this layer, so I can just turn on the red, just like the same red of his lips. And now I should be able to draw right over top of the dots like that without going outside the lines. So that's how we do that. And also the stripes on his socks. They're also red. That's kind of how we do that. By the way, none of that is easy. Just dropping and getting the right perspective, the right mindset for life. Just kind of one of those things you got to kind of work on. There's days I get upset. I'm not always as calm, level-headed cartoonist. Some days I'll get upset, but then I have to recenter myself and be like, why am I upset, really? About this thing? Or like, if you get caught in that trap of social media and you like watch something and you're like, then you're feeling like, man, I'm so upset right now. And then it's like, but wait a minute, how is this really affecting my life? This drama that's going on in Hollywood or just generally, how is this affecting me? That's where I always drop to. It's like my drop zone where I'm like, wait a minute, none of this really matters. And having friends and a partner around you, like I got my wife, we kind of have remind each other. So like sometimes if she's getting upset about something or if I am, you can have that anchor to say like, yo, but think about it. What are you really upset about? And then it seems silly. You're like, wait a minute, you're right. Why was I worried about that thing? That doesn't happen. I don't really worry about too much now. I don't really get upset about things. I just kind of accept them and move on. Just be cool. Be cool, man. Everybody chill out. We're too fired up about things. Relax. Everybody just relax. It's going to be all right. Got the birds really singing out there. That was a funny moment in the last stream. Was someone was like, am I imagining things or am I hearing birds? And I'm like, no, there's birds back. There's birds outside. Outside the window. All right, guys. Not defined as like what color that is in there, but I think it's probably part of his. Just gonna go with a really, really dark green. Of course, the color of pies. I don't know. So let's go with some kind of bakery looking brown, golden brown. Not like his hair, but like something like that, maybe. Ooh, that looks super yellow on the screen. It's not yellow, it's like tan. Need to work on the OBS, the program I'm using, really saturates all the colors for the stream, but it's not the true. It's not that yellow. It's like a tan. It's a little bit better on TikTok streams. If I show that, let's see. Yeah, maybe not too much. Right, you can see the difference though. It's pretty crazy. But same concept here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab maybe like a darker brown and kind of just favorite pie, anyone? Anyone have your favorite pie flavored for Pie Day? Hey, Megan. Good morning. Working a little bit longer here. Nobody's kicking me off the stream, so, I'm going to stay for a minute. Earlier, I drew some names starting out the stream, so Brooklyn, someone, Dominic, his daughter. Grace is someone else's daughter. His name. JM was here from Australia earlier. Steph was here from the artist group. Journeys HQ, hey, thanks for watching. I'm doing wonderful. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty healthy. It's about time to break my fast here shortly. So I gotta eat something, get some energy, go for a walk. Great. And we'll just go in for this pie as well. I think the cherry on top. Classic cream pie action for Pie Day. David over in the YouTube chat. Austin over on Austin on TikTok. Go ahead and do that. You can send me that address. That's fine. I wasn't sure if you were going to message at VeeFriends, but that's fine. I'll take care of it. If you're comfortable doing that and you agree to send me your address, then that's fine. I won't share it with anybody except for the VeeFriends group. So, apple pie if I'm eating it, blueberry if we're throwing it at someone. All right, cool. I like those Dutch apple pies. Are pretty awesome. Okay. I'm gonna give this one a different pie base. A steel blue. Yeah, these streams will get better and better as far as the look and quality too. I'm gonna make some different things as I get time. Got some different views here. I'll be able to pop up, call to actions and stuff. Just building it slowly, brick by brick. with the streams here. I had people asking first streams, "Can I see your hands?" Well, here's my hands. You know. Journeys HQ said, "Did you see my collection?" I did not see your collection. If you tweeted that, I don't. Let me know where that's at. I'll check it out after the stream. Is it, what kind of collection is it? VeeFriends, or what are you collecting over there? I assume VeeFriends, but sometimes I have people send me their comics too that they're working on or that they're collecting. Also had people try to get me to buy their comics, and guess what? I have too much. Wes, I do not have anybody helping me. I'm running OBS. Kind of taught myself OBS when I first started here. So I've got the little stream deck. I can show you. It's right here. Got a little stream deck here. And I can just push that button and change to just me. My cat. Sleeping there. Yeah, it's pretty chill. I'm enjoying actually working on OBS. And there's so many things that, like, oh boy, there's so many things, you know, bells and whistles I could do, but also kind of want to make sure that I keep this more like a engaging stream. But I can glance up at I got the two chats in front of me. Oh. Hopefully I didn't blink out there. VeeFriends has their DMs off. Are you following V? Maybe. Oh, I didn't know that. That's a good note. Megan, I got your address. So thank you for that. I'll do those shortly for you guys. I have little notes to do some sketch cards for some of the super fans of the streams, I guess. You know, like I said, like everyone else can give away all kinds of awesome prizes and stuff. And I'm sure I could too if I asked for some prizes to give away, but I can give you art. You know, it's kind of what I got. Ideally, I'd like to draw something for everybody at some point. But yeah, Wes, Dustin does a pretty good job. Gary's stream with all this stuff going on there. They are pretty busy. They're always moving up there, man. Wow, like it's no fooling when they say it's 15-minute meetings. It's just two. It's like it's it's quite a lot of activity going on up there. So I wanted to set it up so that it's super easy that I can like glance and moderate and look at the comments over here. Check different things. It is hard to interact sometimes with so much going on. I think Gary's kind of like really leading the way with that. Those like 9-hour streams of like just being a CEO and the meetings, and people just like to be a fly on the wall. I think, it's interesting to watch. I mean, or to hang out in the chat and just, as you're working or whatever. But we're going to see a lot more people doing that. It's really prevalent in Asia and Europe. There's a lot of people doing those types of streams. More and more and more I'm seeing. So just kind of like a hang out with me while I eat cereal, or or I'm just preparing for a meeting. Like there's a lot of corporate streams. Not corporate streams, that's kind of business, like B2B streams, I had some marketing friends, Todd Klauser and a couple other guys doing that on LinkedIn, where they were just like hanging out, reviewing stuff together. Like a live podcast sort of situation. That was interesting to watch and listen to. Yeah, definitely. I mean, live streaming is nothing new, especially on Twitch. Like, there's so many different Twitch streams. You don't see it as much on YouTube. It's not a very big thing on all the platforms. So I think he's really trying to, arbitrage and get out. Yesterday, I think he was live on YouTube too. I'm not sure if he was live on Twitch as well, but he was streaming vertically over on the YouTube. I had questions about what will we do? Somebody asked me, like, what will we do if they ban TikTok? And I'll be like, well, I guess we'll just stream on YouTube, or we'll stream on a million of these other, and all the audience members from TikTok will have to go somewhere. Will it suck? Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Let's see. Nick, I see you commented something. Unless I already answered that, but I don't see your original message. Megan just mentioned that the DMs are off on the VeeFriends Twitter. So when we give away things here, like a sketch card or something like that, I'm telling people to contact them, but I'm going to have to do it differently. But I think we're going to keep those DMs off. I don't know. Tell the team here after the stream. All right, cool. So what do we got going on here? I'm going to wrap this one up, I think. Turn off this clown, turn back on the pencils. Pencils darker. Turn off this background color so you can see what I'm working on here. Got the clown coming in for Pi Day. Turn off these pencils. Nope. Wow, that's crazy looking now. You've got, almost looks like it's crazy with the pencil lines over top of that. Clown's showing up for Pi Day tomorrow. And Logical Lion makes first appearance of Humble Hedgehog here. They're kind of explaining, like, no, it's not that type of pie. It's Pi Day. Yeah. So that's the comic I'm working on for tomorrow. I'm going to pop off this stream, move on to some other stuff. But thanks for watching. I'll be back on... let's go look. I'm going to be Monday. It's going to be very easy. These streams will be very easy moving forward. It's going to be, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I'll go a little bit longer. We're a little bit longer today. Monday's TikTok only. And maybe to answer your question, Wes, like why some days it's one thing and the other. It's like some of these platforms, we're testing things. We're always testing. They don't like you to stream into all the places at once, or they won't serve your stuff. I mean, we test things, like different things out. So TikTok has probably the best new user reach. Like we see people coming in, like Rim Magic USA just joined the channel over there. People operate differently on TikTok. They're flying through, so it's definitely like a, almost like I'm a guy on the street corner with a spinning sign over on TikTok going like, hey, look at this. There's a guy drawing comics and you guys have stopped in the stream That's kind of what goes on. Fabian just joined over on TikTok. Hey guys, um, this is the live stream schedule for me for the rest of probably March and April. So cool, awesome. I'm going to end this stream, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peach says it's time to go fill up our coffee and take a break. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and be kind to each other.